When you think about a professional golfer, you're probably picturing perfect green fairways, huge crowds, and prize money that's even bigger. But behind all that glamour, there's a massive financial risk. I mean, what happens when your entire multi-million-dollar career hangs on a perfect swing? Well, it turns out there's a secret financial safety net that most of us have never even heard of. For these pros, whether they're on tour, working at a club, or even teaching, their physical health isn't just a priority. It's literally everything. Their ability to make a living is tied directly to how their body performs. A seemingly minor injury can shut down their income stream just like that. And a serious one? That could be game over. And this isn't just about one bad game. Think about the constant repetition, the incredible torque on the body, all the travel. It all takes a serious physical toll. So with so much riding on the line, how in the world do these athletes protect themselves from financial ruin if they get hurt and just can't play anymore? Now, you're probably thinking, okay, well, don't they just get disability insurance like the rest of us? That's the logical thought, right? But it's just not that simple. And the reason why exposes this huge gap in the system for these kinds of high-stakes professionals. This is really the heart of the matter, isn't it? For a job with such a high chance of injury, why wouldn't a standard insurance policy be easy to get? The answer really shines a light on a fundamental problem that a lot of professional athletes face. And there it is, plain and simple. For a traditional insurance company, a pro golfer is just too big of a risk. They look at the physical demands, the potential for a career to end in a split second, and they basically say, nope, not touching that. And that leaves this massive, dangerous hole in their financial planning. So what do you do when the regular market won't cover you? Well, you have to find something that's built just for you. You need a tool designed specifically to handle the very unique risks of your job. And that solution actually has a name, the Lynx Disability Insurance. Now, this is not your average everyday policy. It's a highly specialized financial tool that was created to step in and fill that exact gap, protecting a golfer's income during a temporary injury and acting as the ultimate backstop if that injury becomes permanent. So, how does it actually work? Well, the policy really breaks down into two main parts. You can think of the first one, temporary total disability, or TTD, as sick pay. It's there to cover you while you're healing. The second part, permanent total disability, or PTD, is more like a forced retirement fund. It's a big lump sum payout when it's clear you can't ever get back in the game. Okay, let's dive a little deeper into that first piece, protecting your immediate paycheck from those temporary injuries that can still be incredibly costly. TTD is all about maintaining your cash flow. If a golfer gets hurt or sick, and it doesn't matter if it's on or off the course, and they can't play, this coverage kicks in. It gives them a monthly check so they can keep their life on track while they focus on one thing, getting better. So just how much are we talking about here? This policy can cover up to 65% of a player's previous earnings. That is a really substantial financial cushion to have when you're in recovery. But what happens in the worst-case scenario? What if the injury isn't temporary? That's where the second and arguably most important part of this policy comes into play. This is the big one. Permanent total disability pays out a single, massive lump sum benefit. It's triggered when a doctor confirms that the player has zero chance of recovering enough to ever compete professionally again. This isn't about covering next month's bills. It's designed to replace all of their lost future earnings. And the scale of this payout is just huge. We're talking up to 3 to 10 times the golfer's previous annual income. This is the kind of money that secures their entire financial future long after their playing days are over. All right, so we've got the basics down. But I know what you're thinking. What about the fine print, the little details? Let's do a quick, rapid-fire Q&A on the stuff that really matters. First up, what about all that sponsor money? For top golfers, a huge chunk of their income is from endorsements. So is that protected too? And the answer is a big yes. This is absolutely critical. The underwriters can actually insure endorsement income depending on the contract, which makes this coverage truly comprehensive. Okay, next question. Does a golfer have to get hurt while they're actually playing for the policy to kick in? What happens if they, fall off a ladder while cleaning their gutters at home? The answer there is no. The coverage is 24/7 and it's worldwide. It protects them from accidents and sickness, whether they're on the 18th hole at Augusta or on vacation halfway across the globe. It's pretty much total life coverage. And finally, the question every accountant on earth would ask, what's the deal with taxes? Is that giant payout just going to get gobbled up by the taxman? This right here is another absolute game changer. Just like a normal disability plan, as long as the golfer pays the premiums with their own after-tax money, any benefits they receive are completely tax-free. That makes every single dollar of that payout that much more powerful. So, what's the big picture here? What's the takeaway? Well, we've seen that for these really unique, high-risk careers, standard insurance just doesn't cut it. It leaves too many gaps. The real solution is a specialized tool that protects the whole shebang, from monthly income to future earnings and even those lucrative endorsements. This is really a peek behind the curtain at the hidden financial architecture that lets elite performers manage the incredible risks that make their careers possible in the first place. And that leaves us with one last question to chew on. We've seen how this works for golfers, but they can't be the only ones, right? What other high-risk jobs, think about surgeons, pilots, maybe even concert violinists, need their own kind of secret, custom-built insurance to protect their one-of-a-kind skills? It really makes you think about all the hidden risks behind so many of the professions we just take for granted.